The sun blazed mercilessly over the endless desert dunes, each grain of sand shimmering like molten gold. This barren wasteland had tested generations with its heat, silence, and unforgiving trials of survival. But on this day, the desert bore witness to a story so extraordinary that it would echo beyond its dunes. The tale of a camel, a lion, and the rescue team whose courage stitched together hope from despair. It began with a caravan camel, a majestic creature draped in dust and exhaustion, once a loyal companion to traders. The camel had strayed too far from his herd, wandering into an unforgiving corner of the desert. Its long lashes drooped, and its knees trembled as thirst gnawed at its life. Not far away, prowling among fractured rocks, a lion lay equally trapped in nature's cruelty. The king of beasts, proud and golden, had wandered from the grasslands into the arid plains in search of prey, but fate had betrayed him, his paw wedged deep in a jagged crevice of stone. With every attempt to free himself, his roars thundered across the dunes, echoing pain rather than power. Here, in this brutal intersection of suffering, camel and lion, prey and predator, found themselves not as enemies, but as unwilling prisoners of the desert. It was a group of nomadic travelers who first spotted the camel's staggering silhouette against the horizon. Its collapse into the sand struck panic in their hearts. Yet the distant roars of a lion reminded them that danger was not far. Unsure and afraid, they sent word to the heroic Desert Rescue Unit, an elite team trained to navigate impossible terrains and save both humans and animals from nature's grasp. Within hours, vehicles roared across the dunes, their tires cutting deep paths into the shifting sands. The rescue team, clad in protective gear, helmets, and desert scarves, emerged like guardians of mercy. 2 lives, 2 different worlds, and both are ours to save, said Captain Adil, the team's leader, his voice firm yet compassionate. The team divided into units. One rushed toward the collapsed camel. Its long neck stretched helplessly across the sand. Its breaths were shallow, and its cracked lips told a story of endless thirst. With precision, medics prepared hydration packs, inserting tubes of life-saving fluids. Another team spread a canopy overhead, shielding the animal from the merciless sun. Meanwhile, a second squad moved toward the lion. His growl sent shivers even to the bravest hearts. But Captain Adil raised his hand. He is not our enemy today. He is a creature in pain. The rescuers studied the rocks trapping his paw. Heavy hydraulic cutters and chisels were brought forward. Each strike was calculated, for one wrong move could either injure the lion further or unleash his fury upon the humans, risking their lives. Hours passed. The camel stirred weakly, raising its head as water seeped back into its veins. Its deep brown eyes blinked with the faintest glimmer of hope. The lion, however, tested the nerves of every rescuer. When the final boulder was pried loose, he let out a deafening roar, not of aggression, but of release. His paw, swollen and bloodied, was quickly bandaged by the team's veterinarian. Remarkably, the lion did not strike. Instead, he limped a few steps away and paused, his golden mane swaying in the desert wind. His amber eyes, fierce yet weary, locked with those of the rescuers. For a heartbeat, predator and human stood in mutual respect. Just when relief began to settle, a sandstorm rolled across the horizon. The desert, unpredictable and merciless, unleashed its fury once more. Visibility dropped to mere inches as howling winds buried equipment and blinded the rescuers. The team huddled, protecting both animals. The camel was shielded under reinforced tarps, while the lion crouched beside a rock formation, his form barely visible in the swirling chaos. Hours of endurance tested every ounce of strength, but together they endured. When the storm passed, the desert lay silent again. The rescue team, exhausted but unbroken, prepared the animals for transport. The camel, revived with strength, rose slowly, its towering body steady once more. The lion, though limping, walked with pride, his silhouette glowing beneath the breaking dawn. The caravan of vehicles carried them to safety. The camel to a sanctuary where it would be nurtured back to health, and the lion to a wildlife reserve where it could roam free once again in its rightful kingdom. Days later, news of the daring rescue spread across the world. Newspapers called it the desert's heartbeat. Documentaries replayed the breathtaking footage of humans standing side by side with a lion, shielding him against the storm. Children learn about compassion, courage, and the idea that no life, great or small, fierce or gentle, should be left behind. Captain Adil, when asked about the operation, said only one sentence.
And today
in the
we
desert,
prove that
every life is a
humanity
treasure.
is strongest
And today we
when it
prove that humanity is
saves,
strongest when it
not
saves,
when it
not when it conquers. And so, the tale of the camel, the lion, and the rescue team was carved into sands of time, a reminder that even in the harshest deserts, mercy blooms like an oasis, eternal and unyielding.